It was a historic week in snow sports that was captured by all ages. We'll recap the action for you right now on the Stifel Snow Show. Becoming the oldest skier in history to win a World Cup race, it was an emotional return to the top for Lindsey Vonn. Then he's in rarefied air. Big news, free skier Troy Podmilsak just punched his golden ticket to Milan Cortina. And mums can shred. She's trailblazing elite sport, parenthood, equity, and more. Snowboarder Jamie Anderson is back and joins us today with more on her beautiful family. Ready to drop in? It's go time, guys. Well, it truly was an incredible week as we welcome you to the Stifel Snow Show after celebrating the start of the Alpine speed season. Hello, everybody. I'm Cara Banks, guiding you through all the highlights in skiing and snowboarding from around the globe. Lots to report on, so let's get right to it and have a look at where members of the US ski and snowboard team have competed recently. The exciting Visa Big Air was held in Steamboat Springs, Colorado for free ski and snowboard. Then a 2022 Beijing locale for free ski halfpipe in Secret Garden, China. The hills are alive in Steinach and Brenner, Austria for the races of para-alpine. Then more para-alpine men and women in Santa Caterina, Italy. Getting technical in Courchevel, France with women's alpine, and speed for the women in St. Moritz, Switzerland, which is where we'll begin. Late last year, four-time Olympic alpine great Lindsey Vonn announced her return to ski racing nearly 6 years after retiring. Well, now, a year into this chapter, it seems fitting that she be on the same page as the person guiding her. With 2026 Milan Cortina in sight, Vonn recently tapped two-time Olympic champ and former racer Axel Lund to join her team ahead of this Olympic season.
Come on, let's go!
My body hasn't been the problem in this whole process. It's the other things that I've had more of a problem with.
This is a process to next winter in Italy.
6 years is a long time to be away from anything, let alone an Olympic-level sport. So I had to find my team again. Axel Lund is my new coach, and he is an Olympic champion. He's an insane skier, downhill Super G, GS. He was dominant in the same era that I competed in. We've done the same things, like hurt ourselves in very similar ways.
Oh, and Lindsey Vonn goes down into the fencing.
He is the most qualified person probably on the planet to be helping me. And when I asked him to be my coach, I really expected him to say no. And when he said, wow, that sounds like a great idea, I'd love to, I freaked out. It's been so fun because I'm skiing and being coached by my friend, by someone that I have raced with for almost 20 years. And we think the same way, we talk the same way, we're on the same page, and it has made everything 1,000 times easier because I have basically two of me.
When Lindsey announced her retirement in 2019, citing her broken body, the then 34-year-old lamented that leaving without reaching all of her goals would stay with her forever. Well, perhaps that's what prompted the return, and after one season back in the start gate, the 41-year-old wasted no time in the first race of the 25-26 season. Over 2,500 days after initially walking away, her heart filled with faith and her knee with titanium. Don't stop believing in Lindsey Vonn. She is our Stifel Star of the Week.
She's back with her old coach, Chris Knight, but with a new coach, Axel Lund. On the podium at the World Cup finals in Sun Valley back in March of this year, fastest in training here on Wednesday. Could this possibly be Lindsey Vonn's 83rd World Cup winner? She has the stats. She's won here 4 times, 3 times in Super G, once in downhill. She's 6 podiums against her name, and here comes Vonn in the midsection. The light goes from red to green. She's just under 2/10 ahead. And Vonn and her head skis are flying here. Onto the big right foot. Set up for the Rominger jump. Lindsey Vonn, look at the clock. Look at the time. Lindsey Vonn now is absolutely flying. History in the making. 41 years of age. Oldest winner of a World Cup race. Vonn is there. Unbelievable, incredible, sensational. Lindsey Vonn is back.
83 World Cup wins with a night-night cap and nod to NBA's Steph Curry. What an outstanding display. The greatest downhill skier of all time captured her first World Cup win since 2018. An emotional victory for the only American woman to ever win downhill gold at the Olympics. Now has Milan Cortina in her sights and is even considering extending her career beyond the Winter Games through to the end of the Alpine season in late March. It was a comeback story felt around the world. NBA great, who is also competing in his 40s, LeBron James, posted over 40 as the new 20 until he wake up the next day. Vonn, who's a big tennis fan, also got a shout-out from Grand Slam legend Novak Djokovic and Iga Swiatek, plus Shaun White and other Olympic greats. She is now just 3 World Cup wins away from tying Ingemar Stenmark second all-time. And why stop the celebration there? Less than 24 hours later, Vonn secured yet another podium. Despite nearly going down mid-run, she saved it to finish second in the next downhill race. Coming off the emotional high of the long-awaited victory the day before, admittedly the energy levels were a little depleted, but LV still amassed an incredible 140th World Cup podium. Teammate Breezy Johnson finished in 4th. Well, this week also marked another kind of comeback in women's alpine. Mikaela Shiffrin revisited the Super G after 2 years. Admitting she was paralysed with nerves at the start, she called the race a monumental step in her progress, despite missing the penultimate gate and ultimately DNFing. Well, after experiencing the freedom of speed skiing again in St. Moritz, the goats headed to Courchevel to get technical again in slalom. It was the women's first night slalom of the season in France, where the most decorated alpine skier of all time delivered dominance once again. Shiffrin has now won all 4 slalom races so far this season, en route to her 105th World Cup victory. And dating back to last season, this marks Mikaela's 5th consecutive slalom win, her longest streak in 6 years, and all 5 wins have been by more than a second. Teammate Paula Moltzen also impressed in 5th. And what's this? It appears that the comeback is the theme. Snowboard great Jamie Anderson joins us after the break. The Stifel Snow Show is brought to you by the U.S. Army and 10th Mountain Division proudly support the history of U.S. ski and snowboard. Be all you can be. And by Xfinity, proud partner of Team USA. And sponsored by Lilly. Health is never over. It was home snow for U.S. athletes at Steamboat Springs, Colorado, where the much-anticipated Visa Big Air did not disappoint. The iconic venue played host to the first qualifying event for the Stifel U.S. free ski team and the Hydro Flask U.S. snowboard team ahead of the 2026 Games in Cortina. Following his recent Secret Garden win, it's now 2 for 2 for 21-year-old Park City, Utah native Troy Podmilsak, who launched himself into yet another big air win with 2 epic tricks that earned him the coveted top podium position once again, and secured his qualification for the slopestyle and big air team at the upcoming Milan Cortina Olympic Winter Games. He said that winning in front of his mum and dad, who attended, was a dream come true. His teammate Conor Ralph secured second, his best World Cup result. Now to snowboard and men's big air, where 17-year-old Ollie Martin threw down 2 creatively inspired tricks to take third. It was a big step closer to the teenager realizing a spot on the Olympic team as well. The Wolcott, Colorado native earned his first World Cup victory this past February at just 16 at Calgary's Snow Rodeo. Jamie Anderson was the top American woman in 6th place. And speaking of which, we are now thrilled to welcome in our Xfinity athlete to watch, Jamie Anderson, on the Stifel Snow Show. Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Hi, guys.
So, slopestyle victories. Let's recap a little bit of your career. At the 2014 Sochi and the 2018 Pyeongchang Games saw you become the first female snowboarder to win more than one Olympic title. And you're also a big air Olympic silver medalist. So now as you're looking to make a fourth Olympic team, can you start by telling us what your best Olympic memory is, Jamie?
Oh, gosh. I would say my favorite memory would be the very first Olympics I attended in Sochi. And winning that gold medal was just ridiculous. I fell on my first run. I had all the pressure. It was kind of all at that last moment, and my family was all there, and I put it down, and just the amount of relief and gratitude and just like appreciation was ridiculous. That event was, yeah, one for the lifelong memory book.
That's a good way to summarize it as well. And speaking of family, a lot has changed in your world since last competing at the 2022 Beijing Olympics, welcoming two beautiful young girls. Can you tell us what life has been like for you since Beijing?
Yeah, gosh, after China, I've had two babies since. It's kind of crazy. I felt after my first daughter, I rested a lot after that birth and really just like cherished and honed in on motherhood.
Love you.
But while bringing my second daughter in, I'm so busy anyhow chasing a toddler around. I figure I might as well get back on my board and bring the family along to travel, explore, and really just enjoy the journey of it.
Yeah, what an incredible experience. So both of your daughters, Misty and Nova, were there for your first World Cup event back this past weekend. How different is it then to compete now with kids in tow?
It's insane. I mean, it's already insane being on tour and competing at like the high elite level, but having my little ones on the road with us, there's just never a dull moment, and I wouldn't change it for the world. It's amazing.
So you mentioned going for a fourth games. Then I've got to ask, what are your expectations for Milan Cortina?
My expectations are a lot different this time around, just being like on the road with the family. I feel like already what I'm doing is so incredible that I'm trying not to stress myself on expectations and results, more so just having my health and longevity through the season and beyond. But I mean, I would love to go there, land a sick run that I'm stoked on, that has good style and flow and grace, and celebrate it with my family.
I was going to say, and have your two little girls there watching. Speaking of comebacks and Olympics, I got to ask what your reaction was to seeing Lindsey Vonn winning her first World Cup race in nearly 8 years. Does her comeback journey kind of influence how you feel about yourself returning to the sport?
Oh, 100%. I was so impressed and so inspired by Lindsay's win. Like, are you kidding me? It just, yeah, that was amazing. That was actually the day I had my final and I got kind of fired up. I'm like, I think maybe I can win this. I still have quite some work to do, but it definitely inspired me to persevere, and things aren't easy, and that's what makes like these athletes in this sport so incredible. If it were easy, everyone would do it, but it takes so much work and grit and all of the above. So I'm so impressed with Lindsay. What a boss.
Oh my gosh, not easy to throw yourself down a mountain or a jump in your case. Let's look all the way back to 2004. You competed in your first professional event aged 13. So I got to ask you, how much has snowboarding changed in the last 20 years since you made that debut? And what do you think it'll look like in the next 20 years when maybe your daughters could compete at this level?
I mean, it's changed so much. I think the Olympics has a big influence on the direction it's going and just kind of giving a more mainstream look to it. But I think people just love being in the mountains. It's honestly, to me, snowboarding and skiing is medicine. Being out in these beautiful mountains, fresh air, laughing, enjoying fresh, beautiful snow. Like, I don't think it gets much better. So I'm happy to see the sport growing, and I'm sure it's going to get even crazier when, like, maybe little Misty chooses to ride or compete. I don't even know what the level will be like in 15 years, but we'll be here for it.
I know. It's so cool to listen to you, Jamie. Couldn't agree with you more. Thank you so much for joining the show today. It's awesome to have a double Olympic snowboard champion with us, and we will keep up with you as you head towards the Winter Games. We can't wait. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Okay, well, from one female icon to another. She's heroic. Halfpipe's 2024-25 FIS Crystal Globe winner Maddie Mastro looks to build on her success last season with her signature trick. Let's have a listen.
Lily presents Heroic.
A trick that I do a lot is a double crippler. It's just like 2 backflips, and I'm one of the only women to do it.
Here it is, up and over twice, double crippler.
Growing up, I watched all the boys doing doubles, so I thought if they can do it, like, why can't I? So I did it, because I think women are more than capable of doing anything anybody else is doing.
Heroic is presented by Lily, proud partner of Team USA.
Picking up now in Secret Garden, China, the first stop for the Stifel US free ski halfpipe team, who kicked off their season with quite a showing. The dominant team includes 27-year-old Bend, Oregon native and 2-time X Games medalist Hunter Hess. Outside a competition, Hess, along with teammate and best friend Alex Hall, founded Magma, creating films of skiers around the globe. Well, camaraderie and talent are strong on this team, and it was a 2-run, 14-man final on the men's side. Hess put down an epic second run to secure the 3rd spot on the podium and become the top American finisher. Later explaining it had been a nerve-wracking few days, but he made the most of it and was blessed with the result, saying everyone crushed it. All in, 6 American men in the top 10 proved that out for sure. Hess's teammate Alex Ferreira's got a lot to think about now that he has officially qualified for the Olympic team in Milan Cortina. The 2-time Olympian has gold on his mind, and our friends at Xfinity checked in on this pretty justified obsession.
Xfinity presents Making Team USA.
I think about the Olympic gold medal every single day. I think about it as soon as I wake up in the morning, and it's the last thing I think about before I go to sleep. It's this constant obsession.
He is so consistent, so dialed.
Alex Ferreira, Aspen, Colorado, freestyle ski.
Making Team USA is presented by Xfinity, proud partner of Team USA.
We're back and on to Steinach, Brenner, Austria, and Santa Caterina, Italy, for some para-alpine action where Kelsey O'Driscoll competes in the standing class. The New Jersey native only just made her World Cup debut this season and is already finding podiums, most notably capturing a 1st in Super G and following that with 3rd in downhill. Well, the 31-year-old is a pediatric nurse and asthma care coordinator. The latter was actually inspired by her own personal health journey. Coming off the Super G win, O'Driscoll revealed that just 6 weeks prior, she was fighting for her life with an asthma exacerbation. Extraordinary moments for this ski racer. Also of note, speed specialist Andrew Kirker took 3rd on the men's side in downhill sitting and has officially qualified for downhill and Super G at 2026 Milan Cortina. The Palmer, Alaska native is a 2-time Paralympic medalist and now heading into his 4th Paralympics. Well, it's Career Day, where we take note of career bests for up-and-comers in snow sports. Cross country's Jack Young placed 4th in men's sprint freestyle. A former high school quarterback, the 23-year-old didn't actually focus full-time on skiing until college. And coincidentally, both starting in Bib 52, Alpine racers Ryder Sarchet was 10th in giant slalom in Val d'Isère, and Kyle Negomir nabbing 11th in a Val Gardena downhill. Great stuff, guys. And now we've got another peek behind the curtain in World Cup alpine skiing. Our own Peekaboo Street continues her conversation with Ski Tech and Paula Moltzon's husband, Ryan Mooney. Let's go now inside the wax room for our Stifel Spotlight.
Paula Moltzon surging at the bottom and sold in.
Will you walk us through what waxing the skis look like?
Yeah, we've got all sorts of different waxes from different companies and different colors and hardnesses or whatever, but yeah, just using blocks of wax.
And what are the different colors and hardnesses? What are those for?
Different temperatures. The harder the wax, the colder the temperatures. And the warmer it is, the softer the wax. Yellow when it's warm and blue when it's really cold. This one's got some graphite wax in it, so for like dirty snow. repels the water a little bit better.
Okay.
This works pretty well. This one's really hard. And then
All right,
to
and
put
so
the wax on, yeah, just
guy?
like you'd have at home. Iron here, control the temperatures.
Yeah. That's obviously just for skis.
Yeah.
How much like a regular
Yeah.
iron is it? Pretty same technology?
95% probably, yeah. Thicker,
Because
a
I
little
can
thicker
remember
here.
actually ironing my skis with a
100%. I've done it.
real iron.
Yeah, I've done it before. The plate's super thick, so it heats evenly.
And you use this on downhill Super G and GS skis.
Yeah, yeah.
But not slalom skis.
I personally don't. Some
Okay.
people still do. That just applies a lot of heat to a really thin ski. So the thicker the ski, you want to heat it up. But these really thin slalom skis,
Yeah, they are thin. Jeez.
you don't want to put too much heat in there, or else there's not a lot of glue. This is to sharpen these little tools here.
Which are scrapers.
Scrapers to get the wax off the ski. This sharpens it against this stone.
Here's another tool down here.
Yeah.
Which I recognize.
Your standard household
but
drill.
With an attachment.
With an attachment.
So what is that?
This spins here, and that goes basically right on the base of the ski, and then you can brush it. Always just, you're pulling.
So you're pulling
against
tip
the
to
grain. Yeah, tip to tail.
Tip to tail against the grain, because that's how the snow's flowing.
Yeah.
Molson to the line. Yes! Guarantees herself a world championship medal.
The science behind the sport, hey? Well, there's more to look ahead to. We have got the Toyota US Grand Prix in Copper Mountain, Colorado, December 20th on CNBC. And you won't want to miss Shaun White's The Snow League. That's December 21st on NBC. Then catch Michaela Schifrin in Women's GS and Slalom, December 27th and 28th live on NBC, SN and Peacock. And our next Stifel Snow Show is not until Friday, January 16th at 6 p.m. on NBC SN. So just like that, we've come to our last episode of 2025, wishing you a safe and healthy festive season. We'll see you in 2026 in what will be an Olympic and Paralympic year. Happy holidays, everyone. We'll see you soon.